2015 Mustang Ecoboost. A car of great debate. Keyless entry. And it starts. Oh, it's so charming. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a 2015 Mustang Ecoboost. So it's the 4-cylinder version. And this is the 50th anniversary edition as well. Now, what makes the 50th anniversary edition different from, say, a base model? You have this very nice interior, you have navigation, you have these amazingly comfortable seats, full leather interior, and some exterior trim that is a little bit different as well. The front grille has kind of a throwback to the old days of Mustang, since it is a 50-year-old car now, which blows my mind. I love the front lip and the side rockers and the rear diffuser on the back. But the one thing I'm not crazy about is the chrome on the taillights. I just not feeling it. Sorry, Ford. Refined is the word people are playing around with this car, and refine is perfect. The interior in general is just a nicer place to be. Everything is soft and comforting, and the rear seats are full bucket seats. So as soon as you get in it, you just have this vibe that it's something special. I'm pretty blown away about what they did. I mean, you have these like fighter pilot switches, kind of reminiscent of a GTR when you lift up the traction control. The navigation's awesome, has a backup camera. But what is cool about the automatic in this car, this is an automatic, which is okay. I don't mind at all. I mean, I get to drive a 15 Mustang, but you have paddle shifters. So how good are the paddle shifters? Well, all you have to do is throw it all the way into sport mode, and when you get going, it shifts. Now, right now, I am driving on the stock tune, from the factory. And what's interesting is most journalists who have driven this car so far have the same complaint. In the RPM range, it has a really beefy mid-range, but once you get to the top of the RPMs, it just falls on its face. Once you hit like 4 grand, it doesn't really do anything. So here's another big debate about the new Mustang, is that it's IRS, so independent rear suspension, instead of the ancient live axle that has been in cars from Ford forever. Now, the live axle, for what they did with it, was pretty amazing. I'm surprised that it handled as good as it did in my car. The past generation Mustang in the corners felt really floaty. It's a very odd sensation when you go around the corner. You know you can get around the corner, but you're just kind of wary about it. This is very confidence inspiring. So I'm gonna downshift and see how bad it falls on its face. And go. Yeah, it does. Mid-range, it just pulls. I mean, it actually has a nice sound to it. You hear the turbo spool like instantly. That's what's great. Yeah, once you get to the top of the RPM range, there's nothing that much more dramatic. It's kind of already done its thing. So far though, the paddles do not feel cheap. You know, that's a big problem in cars that claim to have these kind of Shiftronic or paddle shifting cars. They just feel these cheap pieces of plastic, but no, they click very, very well. So I am in second, so let's go around this bend real quick. Brakes are good. These brakes are huge in comparison to the regular brakes on the last generation as well. Come on! It's like, come on, wake up! See, usually turbo cars have this, you know, build and dramatic sensation, you know, where the mid-range is kind of sometimes the boring part. It's like, come on, come on, come on, come on, wake up. But in this, it's the opposite. It's like, spools, pulled, blah. This is a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder engine, and when it comes to the sound, it's very reminiscent of, say, Focus/Fiesta ST. Competition orange as well just pops like crazy. I love the position in this car. You don't feel like you're sitting as high. It's kind of just interesting. The car feels nimble. It goes exactly where you want to go. The steering feels pretty nice too. It's nice. It's that nice split between heavy and light. It's not that artificial. So far, I'm a firm believer in the IRS though. A lot of people will say nay, but this is such, I know I would have so much more fun on a back road with this car. At idle though, it's so quiet. I mean, it's nuts. See if we can hear the turbo at all. Oh yeah, you can definitely hear it. Right around 3,000 RPM, you really hear it spool up. It's great. I cannot wait till people put a bigger turbo on this thing. Now the Ecoboost has been of great debate. You know, is it the return of the SVO? I don't think so. And some people might bite me for this, but I think it's better. This car, in my opinion, makes the V6 almost worthless. This car, I think, will make the V6 become extinct, if not near extinction, because it's so much better of a car in every way. Better gas mileage, more horsepower, more fun. Turbo spool, come on. It's the weirdest thing ever, seeing a Mustang, you know, with American Muscle on the banner and hear it blow off. IRS tests. Let's see, okay, we're in second gear. Hard bend. The Ecoboost is a thing of the future. I know this as a fact. It's... oh my gosh, I would have braked so early. Alright, so we've driven it pretty good on the stock tune. So now I'm gonna head back to American Muscle and we're gonna upload an aftermarket tune to see what we can do even with the stock airbox. So hopefully we can get it to kind of not fall on its face as much. If they figure out how to get the higher RPMs to be more beefy, this car, it'd be so much fun. So the tune was uploaded and now we're gonna launch the car. That's a lot better. It's weird because when you drive it on the stock factory tune, to do that, I don't even know, it probably would have spun tires, but then it wouldn't have been as dramatic. It definitely kept pulling through the power band. Right around 3 to 4 on the factory map, it was just done after that. It's like it had nothing left. The shifts are also a lot harder as well. Jeez, it's aggressive now. Oh, so much better. The motor sounds healthier too. It doesn't sound like it's trying as hard. Really easy to drive as well. It's not to the point where it's scaring you half to death. And I went around that bend and I got on it earlier than I would have in, say, a live axle car. Absolutely. I didn't like have to be perfectly sure I was going straight. And this car makes, for being a 4-cylinder, makes stupid amounts of torque. To basically prove my point, the factory tune has probably to the wheels 275 torque, foot-pounds of torque. But with this updated tune, you're breaking over 300 and even gaining up to 350-ish about that. So you're gaining 100 foot-pounds of torque essentially. And you could even go higher, but right now with the R&D and they're still researching on how to kind of crack these motors, they have broken 400 before in torque, but right now they're kind of dialing it down. But even that it can even do that, that's ridiculous. What's so great is with all that tuning, it's still on the stock factory airbox. That's not changing the intake or the downpipe or anything. The car is 100% stock. Oh yeah. This car to me, in comparison to the Coyote, is definitely more of like, it's definitely gonna be seen as kind of the bastard child for a lot of people, but I think it's definitely kind of the mentality just to make a fun car. And I can tell you, it's a smiles per gallon car, totally. I could drive this all day long and not get exhausted, and also going around bends, it just isn't scary anymore, and that's when you know they've done something right. So with that closing statement, I want to thank American Muscle so much for letting me drive their 2015 Mustang Ecoboost. It was a great time, and big thanks to Bama for tuning the car at least a little bit to see what it could do. So I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a good one.